Pack, Uriarte and Gonzalez side by side coming into 2A and 2B. Who's going to be the goodness me?
Sullivan Mounds with the fastest lap of the race the last time round, back in 14th.
Behind him as well. Here is that fast and flowing section of the track. That's not really an overtaking spot for Christian, but fast on the brakes it is. Gonzalez going way wide though. A big bubble for the number 11, and he's going to mess up. Peter, what does that mean? I mean, is it even Stevens? Because normally this means that actually, you know, it's actually quite a slow. He didn't quite make it stick there, so we've got track limits warnings for Agostinelli, Brown, Monignane, and on the drive for other riders. They had to cut back across him, and then we're going to have Danish. He's going side by side. We've got full race. They're backing it up sometimes, but it doesn't look like it given the gaps at the front.
Yeah, Danish. Hakim Danish, yeah, that is very much a warning. All three abreast.
All riders abreast towards turn 3. You got Danish. He's back in the second place. It's 1, 2, 3, and
no, it doesn't, does it? But as they say, you know, fastest lap for Beñat Fernandez, but then on the same lap, Sullivan went again on the brakes, and it's Marco Morelli. No plan B takes the lead.
Brilliant. No. The championship, 1, 2, 3 in the race, and it all changes in the blink of an eye as we see him
a little bit quicker, back in 14th place as well. So anyway, right, so it's Uriarte.
Man B up there once again. He's been a little bit quiet this year, hasn't he? Not what we expected. Fortunately, Tinez has gone down in the melee.
Yeah, he's obviously okay. From Pratama, there's the 70 of Christian Daniel.
From the Argentinian, kicked off the year with a 5th and a 4th place finish. He got his first.
Trying to get going again. Absolutely superb stuff there. Brilliant to see Hakim Jr. back there in 6th place. Just been passed by Gonzalez. Beñat
podium in Le Mans race 2. He's not been on the podium since. This is what we want to see.
On the number 13 now, splitting his 2 championship riders. That is the Fernandez in 4th place on the number 7, chasing Karpushin, number 17.
From Morelli.
Yeah, he had 2 wins last year, and we want to see him on the top step of the podium. The order they run in the championship: Uriarte, Danish, and Veda Pratama. 1, 2, 3. And so far, Brian Uriarte and Veda Pratama absolutely unable to do what they did yesterday, which was him and Brian desperately trying to keep his KTM off the green stuff there as he chases
If you got David Gonzalez, who really lost out with that big mistake in towards
to race ahead at the front of the field.
Be very careful of the
Morelli away from the first corner.
And of course, him and Morelli came to blows back in Sachsenring, didn't they? And look at the 2A. He has now been pushed back to 8th position. So it's actually 1, 2, 3 in the championship. Green stuff on the exit of that turn. Joel Pons having his best ride of the year so far at the moment. Gap then with the chasers. They are on it. They are gonna catch them, I think, Peter. And the 5th rider of the championship, Beñat Fernandez, into 4th place in the race, just behind him. The number 16 into 10th place, just behind Carter Thompson from towards the back of the grid. Was 6/10 of a second as they come across the first, all the way from near enough the back row of the grid. What a ride this is from Beñat. So this is a great ride for the pair of them. Joel Pons really needs a finish like this, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Hakim Danish.
That's intermediate split there, so I think that's it. The leading pack have been caught.
Absolutely superb, and a great run from Hakim Danish as well. You know, Hakim up into 15th as they cross the line that time, so he has 1 point at the moment. 1 point.
Officially, fastest rider on track is that rider there, number 7 of Beñat Fernandez.
And of course, that you know, he started the year with 5 second places and then a win. He can do it. It's just
very nearly nil fly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Hakim, real shame.
Group of 5 punches a big hole in the air, and that drags the other guys into the slipstream. It's the mental thing that has messed up the recent races for the Malaysian. He's obviously,
because wow, what a blockbuster of a finish, a real Spielberg thriller we were in for with all
very effectively. So it's Brian Uriarte who takes up the lead from Veda Pratama.
so heavy.
Expunge that from his brain now, and he is battling for the lead.
It's such a different dynamic, people. Three of them, we're still in for one in general, but how good would it have been with top three in the championship all battling out on the brakes? And it's really steep downhill into turn 4 there. You can see the rear wheel of Uriarte. So from being the predator and the prey, you know, they were chasing him all the time for the top 3 positions in the final part of the race. Still 5 laps to go. Just popping off the ground momentarily. As they now come into the fastest sweep around the season, but now he's on the back foot again. Uriarte's the one with more things to lose per se. Fair way, we'll keep an eye on Danish. He's up in a 14th at the moment. And section is Guillaume Plomb, first rider to have a long lap penalty for exceeding track limits, with a 4 points gap out the lead, and it's amazing how that could just change a rider's mentality.
It looked to me Danish did a 1:49. Most of the guys ran to a 1:45, so that means
he's in 20th spot at the moment. That'll move him down, likely to last.
Right, and as you would, yeah, absolutely. You know, Uriarte is very strong mentally, and he cost him. You know, it cost him 4 seconds, that long lap penalty.
Yeah, it really is.
Talking about, you know, using up your tyres too much. These Pirellis are really superb tyres. You see, he actually had the better line than Veda through there. He got the drive out of it. Veda caught.
It's a proper penalty, make no mistake. You know, that's why you can't take the mick with the track limits, because it will ruin your race.
They do drop off. The performance does fade away slightly, but it's very, very predictable. So the guys, him going into the corner, but Brian Uriarte flicked it right and then left.
Potentially, or in this case, it could potentially ruin your championship.
Side by side then, briefly, they can feel what's happening, and usually doesn't give them any nasty surprises. It's Brian Uriarte that better to get the drive out.
On that penalty as well for Mon and Yanne due to exceed.
They are, but Brian is so quick into that right-hander.
Gonzalez has recovered
leads, but up the inside now it's David Gonzalez there on the number 11 into
exceeding track limits. He's down in 20th at the moment, fighting with Plonk, who also had a long lap penalty. Agustin Gonzalez has recovered. He's in 3rd place now then. A brilliant move up the inside of car.
2nd place.
I think I saw Christian Daniel pushing Marco Morelli rather wide there in towards the penultimate. Pinelli is just ahead of them. He's done his long lap penalty as well. Oh, and pushing at the penultimate turn, and he had such a great drive through there that he's almost catching up to both Veda turn. And there we have the weave-in. Riders trying to avoid the other riders.
Brian getting it a bit sideways on the brakes going in there, but he managed to hang on to it.
Who's that? And Brian out front, a 1:44, the first one that we've seen of the race. Such too much of a slipstream. Morelli up the inside of Daniel again, just slots it there, goes a little bit wide. On Agustin just gone down, having just completed his long lap penalty. That's a big shame for them. So far then, and it is Gonzalez on a mission. Here is Hakim Danish to the green then, so he might himself have a track limits warning, but they have officially been caught by the others. They've now got a Vietnamese rider.
Yeah. Presumably ruined his